Paula. Good evening. I'd like to call the July 22nd Town Board meeting to order. Everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everyone please remain standing. I'd like to have a moment of silence for Kuki Novogradsky, lifelong resident of Woodridge, and passed away at 99 years old. Thank you. All right. So, I don't have a supervisor's report. I wanted to say that I have something a lot more exciting, and that is our presentation to the key to the town. I just want to read a quick bio for our recipients tonight, and then we'll go ahead and present to the recipient family. Louise Claremont, a lifelong resident, is turning 100 years old tomorrow, July 23rd, 2025. Louise's maiden name was Stratton, which Stratton Hill is named after. The Strattons had a farm on top of the hill where the blinking light is. Her family has been in South Fallsburg since 1811. She is a daughter of the American Revolution, whose great-great-grandfather was General Putnam, who fought alongside General Washington, which Putnam County is named after. Her family actually built St. Andrew's Church more than 100 years ago. Louise, alongside her niece Cynthia, started the food bank at St. Andrew's and worked there for more than 20 years. That is what she would want her legacy in the town to be. She has lived on Wildwood Drive for more than 70 years. Mrs. Claremont, who has lived her entire 100 years in South Fallsburg, is now recognized with the key to the town.
Mrs. Claremont online. She's right there.
Mrs. Claremont, thank you so much for your dedication to our town.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, come on up. Let's come around. Let's get the whole town.
Crowded place.
I thought you were getting it.
Wait, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hold on.
Okay. Thank you.
Just the three of you?
Thank you so much. I would just like to thank the entire town board for doing this. It means a lot to our family. Her first job was here at Town Hall with working for Morty Michaels many, many years ago. So I just saw that. Oh, and one other thing, she has not lived on Wildwood Drive for 70 years. It wasn't Wildwood Drive back then. It was still Lake Street that continued all the way down. So,
Can I
thank
ask you a
again.
question? Is one of the nieces back here? or-
The entire back.
Please,
my-
stand up.
The family.
Thank you for everything that you do. I know that you've done the food pantry in St. Andrews. Thank you so much.
We have a bunch of family online, too.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, it's part of the pantry.
This Monday. Quick announcement, since the food pantry came up. Our town's food pantry is going to be this Monday at the senior center. Just want to remind that Rolling V is offering free transportation throughout the town. If you need specifics, please reach out to our office. They're providing free transportation as long as people actually use it. If people stop using it, they may stop the transportation. So I encourage as many families to come out as possible. It's a thriving program. We feed a lot of families with this food pantry program. This Monday from 10 to 12. No?
Yep, 10 to 12.
10 to 12. Monday, 10 to 12. All right. Do we have any correspondence tonight?
Kristen's gonna read tonight. Okay. From Joel Wittrall to Town of Fallsburg Police Chief Brendan Pavesi. My name is Joel Wittrall. I am currently a lieutenant with the New York City Police Department. I've been in law enforcement for the last 19 years and know very well the sacrifice and courage it takes to be part of the best profession in the world. I also volunteer my time as a paramedic for Catskills and Hopsola, specifically volunteering the Sullivan County area all year round. The majority of the EMS calls I respond to are within the town of Fallsburg. I would like to take the time and express my positive experience in multiple interactions I've had with the town of Fallsburg police officers. I have seen nothing but professionalism and integrity at its highest level. I would like to speak specifically about a recent motor vehicle accident where sadly a 2-year-old child was deceased. I was a paramedic on scene. The professionalism, sensitivity, and respect I saw from Detective John Chevalier and Detective Kyle Gerain should be acknowledged. These two detectives are the definition of professionalism. They treated the family of the deceased as if it were their family. What I witnessed was the Fallsburg police detectives representing the town of Fallsburg very well. Furthermore, Chief Pavesi, as you were also on the scene, please know that you are a true professional. I will say it's your strong and professional leadership that makes the Fallsburg Police Department an extraordinarily professional law enforcement organization. I observed your leadership and the amount of respect every police officer has on scene had for you as their leader. Please feel free to call with any questions regarding this incident.
All right. Do we have any more correspondence?
I do not.
All right. Councilwoman Behan would like to say.
Okay, last Wednesday, I was invited to Citrus Restaurant in Woodburn. And they brought up the kids from Camp Simca in Glen Spey. And let me tell you something. It was amazing seeing these kids. And I wanna, the thrill that I had with these kids, they're kids with, they have illness. And 2 of our officers was there. There was, Mike Dodorados was there with the kids, so was Richard Pratty. And our 2 officers were fantastic with these children. It was amazing. It was an honor for me to be there.
Thank you.
All right. At this point, I'd like to open it up to public comment. If
Okay,
anyone
can
would
we
like to
have
speak.
James Legari, please?
Supervisor Simon, members of the board. As most of you know, I've been doing research on the town of Fallsburg's aquifer and water supplies for several years now. And I was looking for information about the town's water history, and an article that was dated July 2nd, 2016 in the Times Herald Record came up. It has a picture of the main street of the town. I'll give everyone in the base so you can
Thank you.
follow. Chief, that's what our town looked like back then. The headline on that article reads, Fallsburg aiming to keep its charm. I read a bit, I'd like to read a bit of what was said in that article. I quote, "A committee of townspeople with input from dozens of others who attended brainstorming sessions is plural, figured out a direction for Fallsburg's future. The goals: preserve farmlands, natures and parks, among other things, creating a new River St. Linear Park, revitalizing the hamlets, rehabilitating historic buildings and places, and overall make the town look better. The article goes on to say the keys to this new plans are zoning changes, compressing the business districts and denser residential developments and centering them in the hamlets, and expanding agricultural districts to preserve open space. Without, and I'll continue the quote, without making changes to the zoning, at that time Supervisor Steve Levine said, the plan is not worth a thing. The plan is not really worth anything without making zoning changes. I found another article dated June 14th of 2007 in the same newspaper, and that article headline said, South Fallsburg, New York, town okays controversial zoning changes. I'll read a bit of what that article said. Quote, the change will allow developers in the new Rec 1 zone to build 2 houses on each acre. Previously, the zone said 1 house on 3 acres. All that happened 20 years ago. The townspeople, with input from dozens of others, came up with a plan and gave it to Mr. Levine and the board. Levine, board member Arnold Solowski, Nathan Steingard, and Mike Weiner voted in favor of those zoning changes back in 2007. There was 1 dissenting vote, and, if I'm pronouncing it right, Politsky was the lone dissenter. I'm just saying that sometimes nothing ever changes.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Ari Grunhut.
Thank you for giving me the chance to speak. I appreciate the town board for doing everything they do in this town. Everything is running so nice and smooth, and we're having a beautiful summer. Everyone is enjoying. I'd like to express my sincere thanks for this town board. I also want to thank James and Gary for keeping up and staying in touch with everyone. I believe there is a final report from I think the DRBC about the aquifer, and they're saying that's almost intact. I believe the report is available, which is very good news for all the surrounding towns, for everyone. And hopefully, our government can fix the issues they have with the piping, get enough money, won't be thriving again. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ari.
Next up.
Brett Buddy.
Hi there, I'm Brett Buddy. I live at 134 Majestic Road in Mountaindale, New York. I would like to put on a parade in protest in Hurleyville on August 24th, starting at noon and ending at 2 o'clock. The parade will be celebrating Fallsburg's open space and beautiful environment. We hope to process from the Hurleyville Fire Department down to the municipal parking lot in downtown Hurleyville. I've spoken to all the business owners in Hurleyville and they're very excited about it. We hope to have 1,000 participants. We're going to have a community marching band. All the details are in this right up here, and I've also submitted application, and I just wanted to say hi and tell you what I'm up to.
Thank you.
At this time, would anybody else like to put their name on the list to speak tonight? Do you have anybody online? Nope. That would conclude.
Okay. Last chance. Anyone want to have public comment? Now's the time. Same thing online. Otherwise, we will close public comment and move on to our agenda items for tonight.
Department head update.
I apologize. Department head updates. All right, so public comment is now officially closed. We're gonna start with our police chief.
Yes, sir. A little long-winded, I apologize, but get through it quickly. Summer's in full swing. My department has been working the tail off so far this year. Last year at this time, we answered approximately 4,484 calls. This year, for the same time, we've answered 6,212 calls, an increase of just under 40%. Our arrest numbers this time last year were 152 bodies. This year, we're at 226 bodies, an increase of 48%. Last year, our officers wrote 295 uniform traffic tickets year to date. This year, the same time period, our officers have written 906, an increase of over 200%. With the increase of population and the growth in the town, I only expect these numbers to continue to grow. The increase in workload has a trickle-down effect, as we all know. I'd like to take a moment to thank Tracy and Talia and our Justice Court for navigating through their ever-growing workload. I appreciate all their efforts and what they're doing for us. The police department is the recipient of 2 grants totaling $110,000. There will be a press conference next week in reference to this. These monies are going to be utilized to install a pass-through evidence locker in our evidence room and complete a facelift of our men's and women's locker rooms as we continue to get things in order to become an accredited police agency. Our plate readers that we installed throughout the town have continued to be an impressive tool. There are now 9 of the 11 up and running. As many of you know, our citizens were the victims of an egg-throwing incident. Detectives were able to track the vehicle every step of the way through our town, and once the investigation was completed, 3 suspects were arrested and charged with the proper charges for that incident. Our detective division started an investigation last week into stolen property, which then turned into a search warrant in the Village of Liberty and the seizure of multiple firearms, ghost guns, armor-piercing ammunition, bulletproof vests, and flak helmets. This investigation and the dedicated officers of this department cannot go unrecognized. Our detectives and drone team really cracked open a big case. We worked together with the Village of Liberty Police Department, the Sullivan County DA's office to get these guns off the street and charge those responsible. Many of you may have seen the live Facebook broadcast of the press conference yesterday at the District Attorney's office. If not, I urge you to go on and look at what was taken off of our streets. After speaking with multiple law enforcement officials, this is the largest gun bust in the county that any of us can remember. I will be preparing letters of commendation for my detectives to be presented in an upcoming board meeting. We are in the process of changing all of our radios and portables over to a new radio system in our cars. These radios were secured from the New York State Department of City DEP, for free with the help of Lieutenant Dodorados. By doing this, it cut our spending on radios and portables monthly because we are not paying the lease fee anymore. This equates to a savings of $13,000 a year. I want to personally thank Arnold and Harris Seletsky from the Parks and Anthony Doretsky from Highway. Anytime I call these 3 gentlemen and need something, whether it be for a speed limit sign, a no parking sign, a no swimming sign, or fixing the police department parking lot, they are here to help rectify the problem in the blink of an eye. A second thank you to Arnold and Harris for putting on a fantastic 4th of July celebration at Morningside Park. The Highway Department installed a permanent speed sign on Carmel Jacobs Road to help slow people down, and it's amazing what we can all accomplish when we work together. We received our new unmarked cars a few weeks ago and are anxiously awaiting the arrival of our new pickup truck, which should be here any day. We're continuing to update our fleet of aging vehicles. Officer Flynn is doing great in the police academy. He's going to graduate with an expected date sometime in October. And lastly, I just want to again thank the town board for the cooperation in helping me keep our ever-growing community safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Good job.
All right. Highway, Anthony?
Okay, all our roads have been chip sealed that we had paved last year, which was about 10.02 miles. We did Human, Canarelli, Becky's Hill, Bertholf, Edwards, Rose, Hasbrook, Columbia Loop, Hill Street, La Vista, and Whitaker. We had other towns help us, which was nice, with their trucks. What else? All the roads have been swept from the winter. All the roads that we sealed have been swept. The guys have been out patching. The roadside mowers have been out. They're cutting the trees and the branches and the grass. We've paved a bunch of roads this year already. Our contract paving, which was Clark A, the Tierney Loop, Wildwood, Gray, Taylor, Birch, Hickory, Overlook, Pine, which was just over 7,900 ton. Along with those roads being paved, they've been ditched and the pipes have been changed, or any metal pipes have been changed to plastic. We paved a pickleball court at Morningside.
We paved the basketball, pickleball court in Mountaindale at the park there. I want to thank, like Chief said, all the departments working together. It's really been great. You know, parks, they have a stump grinder. They've ground a few stumps for us. We cut down trees. They come and grind it. Water, you know, we did a bunch of, we patched the roads. They dug them out for us. Our guys were out doing other work. You know, their operator came and dug, and we were able to put the blacktop right back in with them. Sewer, we did a big hole on Island Avenue there. What else is done? We paved that piece on Laurel Park that was real bad all winter. The only thing we're waiting on now is Sullivan County to come and stripe the road. Yeah, they do the striping for us. We don't have the means to do that. Water digs are all taken care of. We repaired some boards on the bridge at the golf course for where the tractor's going across for the maintenance shop there. The Borscht Belt signs are up. The new one in Loch Sheldrake, our guys did. We paved Cranberry from Park Hill to Beddick Road the other day. Today we paved Mall Road and Crescent Street in Mountaindale. Tomorrow we're going to continue paving over in Mountaindale, Fox Hill Road. Then we're going to go over to Cemetery Road in Hurleyville. And then we got a few other roads we're looking to do this year. We just got to go with our money, what our money's left, and go from there. But that's what we've done in the last 2 months.
That's it?
Thank you,
No,
Andy.
that's fantastic work, thank you. Last up is DPW, Ken Ellsworth.
Ken, can you unmute?
Yeah,
Okay, you're up.
can everybody hear me?
Yep.
All right, good evening. Start with the sewer department. Most of the sewer department activity is working with pump stations and maintaining the pumps. With the additional flow from the summer, we're often answering alarms, high-level alarms, and pump failure alarms. We have one pump that's out in a duplex pump station that's now being repaired. A lot of times the items that are being flushed are clogging up the system and affecting the floats that are in the wet well that activate the pumps. So it seems to be a pretty consistent job for sewer crew to keep those pumps going during the summertime. We are scheduled to clean out the vortex below Murray's Chicken between Mountain Candy, trying to keep that clean for the effluent stormwater going into Pleasant Lake. That's scheduled for Monday. We finished cleaning the sewer lines that are in Laurel Ave and the surrounding area. We had, I think I mentioned once before, we found pipes that were half full that hadn't been cleaned in a while, and had those all cleaned out, and we should not have any issue with any overflow of sewage that happens periodically in high flow conditions. So we're in pretty good shape there. And we are working on renovations to the New Hope pump station. There are 4 projects that are going to be coming online next year. Some of them are partially online now, and the pumps are doing okay, but we know that they'll have to be upgraded before next summer. So we're in the process of completed. On the water side, we had a little bit of a scare again. We lost a Woodburn 3 well for 24 hours, and it dropped water levels in the Loch Sheldrake tanks, and of course it affected the Fallsburg tanks as well. Rob got the pump back online. It was a pump failure. and he had it back online the very next day, and we started to catch back up. But it took, probably took 3 or 4 days to get caught back up with the water supply. We completed leak testing in the Loch Sheldrake area and parts of South Fallsburg. We found 4 leaks, probably representing 40, 50 gallons per minute. They're fixed. 3 of them, we have 1 more leak to fix, but we have some trees to cut. The leak is right between 2 large trees, and Rob has to have those trees removed to be able to get in there and excavate and find that leak. Rob thinks maybe 10 gallons per minute, so it's something that we can't wait on, and we'll move forward with that. The rest of the water system will have leak detection in the fall, once we get slowed down a little bit. The entire water system this year will have leak detection completed. We are in the process of investigating new groundwater sources. We have 3 different locations we're looking at and developing potential sources there. And it's within vicinity of the existing well houses, so we should not have to do new well houses. Everything else has been maintaining, the levels have been maintaining, so it indicates that a leak from last year was a major player in the water shortage that we had, which is what we suspected and calculated last year. But we're going to continue to work on the system and improve the system, because we're a pump failure away from having challenges with the system. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to our agenda items for tonight. Number 1, motion to approve town board minutes dated 7/15/25.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 2, motion to approve warrant number 07B25 dated 7/18/25 in the amount of $529,512.79.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 3, motion to approve warrant number 07C25 dated 7/18/25 in the amount of $268,944.27.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 4, so this is, essentially we're looking to conduct a speed study at the request of, request and complaints of a number of our residents on several roads. It is a process. They have to go over certain days, and they have to do a study that is representative of the true conditions that's going on these roads. For this resolution, we're looking to do traffic studies on Cypress Road, Deerland Road, Hope Street, and Hilldale Road.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So the next one has to do with submitting an application to the New York State Smart Communities Grant. Specifically, this application is for sidewalks. This isn't
No, this is for the highway.
for the highway barn, for the new location.
Yep.
Okay. So, all right, so this one is to submit a application to the state for climate smart communities, specifically to upgrade our highway barn, or that is to build one in the current, where the annex is currently.
Motion. Second.
Let me read that real quick. Resolution 64 of 2025 authorizing application for New York State Climate Smart Communities Grant. I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So that's it for our agenda items. We have 2 discussion items.
I have one motion to add.
That's right. Okay, go for it.
I want to make a motion to set a public hearing as soon as possible. I gave the supervisor a copy to set a town-wide curfew. We've had some issues in different parts of the town. And after talking to our police chief, that's a copy with some edits of the Village of Liberty's current curfew law. We spoke to some business owners and some community members, and we feel that this is a good tool for our police department to curb some of the unwanted activity late in the evening.
Okay, can we hold for 1 second and let him put it in?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can you put it into a formal motion?
It would be a motion to set a public hearing to adopt a curfew law for the town of Fallsburg, and it's subject to formal resolution and drafting of the local law, unless the local law that you gave to the supervisor is in the form.
Yeah.
It's a copy of the Village of Liberty's law with a lot of cross-outs for like time, age.
There starts at 10 o'clock.
So it has to be, it does have to be drafted into an actual
Yes.
resolution and a local law. So just make it long enough that we do that. So it's subject to formal resolution and drafting of the local law, following
The
substantial.
only ask I have, and I don't think it's gonna be possible because of timing, but if we could expedite it, just so we could, possibly help for this summer season.
You still have to follow.
No, I'm just saying,
Following the
I-
timeframes.
Right.
So will, the next meeting.
We have a meeting on the 5th and the 19th and the 26th.
I would say resolution on the 5th, and then it's gotta be 10 days.
So the 19th, public hearing?
We're not gonna have time to, we're just gonna have to be the following meeting to get the.
There's obviously no ability to obviously deal with this in a timely fashion, but put any kind of emergency action in to help our chief, is there?
Can we do it by resolution?
Be local law.
Has to be a local law?
The punishment is, it's a violation of local law, which is punished by arrest by the police and prosecution and justice court or family court, as the case may be.
Okay.
So I have to look at it, and we have the timeframes in order to get the local law, on your desks in time, and we have to get it in the paper. We have to submit the deadline, so
Can we pick a date for the public
we can
hearing
pick a
now?
date for the public hearing.
So again, we have
So
meetings on
we're
the
trying to
5th,
make
the
a
19th,
resolution,
and the
we're trying to
26th.
make a resolution, we have to pass a resolution.
No, next week is
Right,
no.
There's no meeting There's no meeting.
There's no meeting on the 29th. The next meeting is the 5th, the 19th, and the 26th,
Yeah, the 5th.
Okay.
It's the 5th of the month, so we have Tuesday.
which will be the 5th.
It says public hearing.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, this is,
And
the
then-
problem, yeah, the
Fine.
problem is,
10 days on the desk,
Yeah.
10 days for
Fine.
vacation, plus we have to coordinate it with Tuesday, Friday schedule. So
Can they enforce
we
the
can
law
fix, we can fix.
before passing it?
We do something, meet them temporarily, or? No, the police chief is okay.
So can we have the public hearing on the 19th, if the resolution's on their desk with the law?
We'll try. If not, what we'll do is, we can set it tentatively for the 19th. We'll fill in, if there needs to be extra time based on what we pass on the 5th, we'll deal with it at that time.
okay, so motion to set a public hearing to adopt, subject
To
to,
adopt a local law regarding curfew, subject to formal resolution August 5, in compliance with the statutory timeframes
Can you send that down? I'll give you another copy.
for publication.
all right.
So who's the motion? Nate?
It was motion, I seconded it.
Okay, we got a motion and a second, all in favor? Aye, motion passes. All right, so we will set the public hearing and we will follow up with the discussion on the proposed local law changes. All right, so now we can move on to our discussion items for tonight. Number 1, sludge bid discussion. This is an interesting one. So we, I believe we put it out to bid for the sludge removal for our wastewater treatment plants,
So
right?
I'm just gonna ask Ken to unmute himself again. Okay.
Go ahead, Ken. Do you have anything to add to this sludge bid results?
Well, we had a meeting on it, last week. Reviewed the, RFP and the bid that went out. All the bids were filled out correctly and accepted. Low bid, once we had a call with him to evaluate, made sure he had everything, he qualified his bid. And qualified it in saying that the sludge from the Fallsburg plant, the HOO plant, he would not be able to take at his quoted bid, and that he would have to charge an additional fee. So, talking with Randy and Richard last week, he cannot qualify his bid. He either has to accept that number for all the effluent, all the waste sludge, or he has to withdraw the bid. I don't think we have enough to withdraw, go to the next bidder, but he has an option to withdraw his bid. And we would then, if he withdraws, we go to the next bidder who indicated that they would accept the sludge from both plants at their quoted price, which would be less than his increased price from the HOO plant.
Ken, out of curiosity, what is the issue with the sludge from the HOO plant?
What he's spreading the sludge on his property, so it's an acceptable method to dispose of sludge, except he claims that the rags and the stuff that we screen out, it's all chewed up, it goes through a grinder. He's not allowed to accept that material to spread over his property. It decomposes at a slower rate, and it probably looks like paper scraps out in his field. So he claims that he's not allowed to take it. And we've had, everybody else has taken it from us before, but he chose, this was his method to dispose of the sludge.
It's used as like a fertilizer, I would assume?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so we're essentially, disqualifying Enviro Ventures Incorporated, and we're gonna look to the next lowest bid, which would be TAM Enterprises.
We would probably end up sending him a letter stating that he cannot qualify his bid, and he needs to honor the price that he submitted in his bid, and if he cannot honor that, then he needs to withdraw his bid. And then we would go to the next bidder and send them a letter accepting their bid.
Okay. All right, so there's nothing to vote on this tonight, this is just a discussion about the situation at hand. All right, anybody have any questions? All right, so the next discussion item, high-level auto body town list request. This is an applicant looking to get on the rotation list for the total rotation list. Has anyone had a chance to review?
I throw it to chief and.
I mean, the tow application, section 3 clearly says that the building facility, you have to show proof that it's located within a half mile of the town. So is that facility located within a half mile of the town?
I looked at what was submitted, it did indicate that it was a Loch Sheldrake address.
Yeah, because I guess the person lives in.
That's where he
Okay,
lives.
so that's not the facility, so
No.
that's
It's
one.
Cooper Corner.
All right, so that's one issue. The second issue that I observed was he submitted auto policy, combined single limit, covering the truck. Our statute requires $1 million per person and $3 million for each occurrence, so we need to see if that insurance is in place. It also requires a copy of the New York State Class C driver's license with Class C towing endorsement for each driver, which although there was a driver's license number identified in the application, there was no copy that I saw of the license. Was the license submitted?
I gave everything.
Okay, so it wasn't, if it wasn't, in the packet that I saw, there was, so there's 3 things that they need to address before going further.
So then there really is nothing to vote on or not a whole lot to discuss because the application is incomplete. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm gonna leave that over.
Not only that, but the
Yes,
point
it's-
is his shop is not in our
Yes.
limits.
That's correct.
So it's more than it being incomplete, it's just he's
It
not.
may not
He's
be-
not
it may
in
not
our,
involve-
it doesn't
I
qualify.
can tell you that he was totally he thought that if he lived in the town, he could, and when I told him that's not how it works, that I had to put it before the board because it was your decision at this point, he's not upset at all.
Okay, so I'm done.
Yeah, the shop's on Cooper's Corners Road in 17th,
Yeah,
so it's
like,
not.
I just
10
don't
miles from
think
town.
he understood
Very close.
that I said, you know, it's not my job to make decisions, and I would put it before the board.
Okay.
So what's next?
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Can
about
they
it.
deny it now, or do we put it on the next agenda to deny?
It's up to them, it's a threshold item, the location of the shop has to be within half a mile.
Yeah, so I'll be.
The other two
deny it.
items,
It needs to be
become-
denied right
But
now.
denied
Why,
now, that's-
why waste any more time?
Can someone make a motion?
Make a motion tonight.
Second.
I have a motion to deny the total permit application, and I have a second, all in favor?
Hold on, who made the motion? Jeff?
Jeff, and Miranda, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. All right, that was brief. Okay, so that's it, that's all we have for our agenda for tonight. I will entertain a motion to adjourn, or enter executive session, or any other motion.
I do with this.
I have to do.
That, for now,
You need
it's a
them.
discussion for later. You just drop
We have
it.
one event item, just what she's going to
2
speak about.
minutes.
2 minutes
Executive, that's it.
for what? For,
I'm dealing with some people leaving and some staff.
Personnel.
Personnel.
personnel. All right, so I have a motion to enter, no, sorry, I'm entertaining a motion to enter an executive session to discuss personnel matters. Jeff, are you making that motion?
I made a motion.
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. We do not anticipate any further business after executive session tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. With that, we are adjourned.
Don't hit that so hard, it's not such a
I gotta make sure everyone hears it.
Everybody,
It's such a large room.
everybody hears, I promise.
I spoke to her, I know her.
Jen,